Hi there, I'm Ranjan Bhattacharya, your event host for the Baker Street Property Meet. I'm with Richard Bowser, editor of Property Investor News magazine, and I love chatting to Richard because as editor of such an influential magazine, he knows everyone who's anyone in property, and he also is the guy to ask what's happening in the property market and trends and the like. Richard, you're a regular at the Baker Street Property Meet.
Indeed, I with the very first one, and it's grown substantially since then. And I think we've a lot of people in here tonight, so for sure.
A couple of hundred or so on the joint ventures.
Looking forward to it.
So, the great question to ask you, Richard, with your position as editor, what do you see as the trends over the next couple of years? What should people be thinking about?
I think certainly the market from where we were a year or so ago has changed. Obviously, the tax changes are influencing people's thought processes. We've just had the stamp duty. We had a big surge of people buying before April the 1st, and possibly some of those people will have overpaid. In time, like most things, you get over your mistakes if you have overpaid. But certainly, I think it's a more complex market now. I think more serious subscribers, Property Investor News magazine, they are people that are moving away from what I would call vanilla buy-to-let. They're doing mixed use, they're doing development, they're doing planning gain, they're doing commercial. These I certainly see as the trends, but it's also related to regional economies, and clearly we've had a big upsurge in the last 4 or 5 years in London, and very, very strong price growth, as everyone will be aware. Away from London, it's now very much the outer southeast, I think, east of England, where we're seeing price growth up towards Nottingham and areas like that. Stronger markets now. Manchester, and also infrastructure related as well. Yeah.
Yes. So I think, as you say, there's a lot of the trends and the stuff that your subscribers are doing. They're much more skill dependent now, because
absolutely.
Vanilla buy-to-let was just buying a 2-bedroom flat and letting it out. So how do you think people are learning those skills? And
well, they're either going to learn them by error, and sometimes the errors can be very costly, and then the bounce back takes a long time. Or you learn through a process of education, and that's about being out there. It's like, as I keep saying to people, you get out what you put in. And this business of property investment is no different from any other business activity. If you're prepared to work harder, if you're prepared to work smarter, if you're prepared to network diligently, and obviously see opportunity and try and get recommendations, etc., then you are far more likely to succeed than the people that take an amateurish attitude towards it.
Now, most of your subscribers are the little guys like me, and we are just about to face a massive entry into the market by all sorts of big corporate build-to-let players. How do you think that's going to affect the little guys and many of your subscribers?
Again, it's about being nimble. If we look at the way that the student market, which is probably, in my opinion, a very good case study example to look at, how that's been impacted by the institutional funding via the likes of Unite and more recently Empiric Properties. Big supply of student-let properties, which have obviously had an impact in a number of student-let city markets and have affected private landlords, and they've had to raise their game. So I see that being very much a similar scenario for private landlords in certain segments of the market where the build-to-let operators will choose to bring product in.
Are you seeing any areas in the country where perhaps this is reaching saturation? Is this a worrying thing?
Well, in terms of build-to-let?
Yeah.
Well, people are already saying to me that Manchester, in terms of the supply that's coming in, is already there's already enough product, to use the terminology of the commercial property industry. London, there's 22,000 units in the pipeline. Clearly, the capacity for London is probably a lot more than Manchester, and also I think with London, it's the ability to find good sites where the numbers add up will probably be the constraining factor for build-to-let operators, as well as the margins.
Okay. Now, we could go on for hours. We've only got a little bit of time. But, I mean, Richard will be coming to speak at one of our later Baker Street property meets, where he'll be sharing his insights on the property market and where it's all going. But meanwhile, you can click on the links below. You'll see some other In Conversation with interesting personalities in property. And if you want to find out what happens at our next live meeting, go to bakerstreetpropertymeet.com, and bye for now.